So you finally made it to medical school, congratulations. On today's video, I'm going to be spilling the tea on some of the 5 most commonest weird things you're going to experience in medical school that will make you feel like your village people is against you. But I want to assure you that there are common things you get. So sit down, learn, and enjoy. The aim of this video is so that you don't start feeling bad or feeling like you're in the wrong place, and you start following the wrong direction, and at the end of the day you start messing up your whole journey. I want you to start strong, and I want you to do well. The first one on my list is doing your best and still failing. Yes, you might be shocked about what I'm saying, but the thing is that most times, especially during the beginning of your journey, you realize that the scores you are getting in your quizzes and your exam doesn't equate to the effort you've been putting in your studies, the whole midnight candle that you've been burning, the whole reading that you've been reading. You realize that the scores you're getting is not equating to. You can study the best material in the world, put in the best effort, to do the best, to go for group discussion, and sometimes you score very low score. And I want you to know that these things are basically normal in medical school. And the thing is that you are coming from, just like one of my consultants used to say it. He said you are a local champion from where you're coming from. In your secondary school, you used to be the best, smart, get the highest score, being a perfect student. But the thing now is that you are in a gathering that is filled up with other local champions from other places. So the standard is already high. They are now looking to extract the international champion from the local champion. So they're intentionally making the standard high. So I don't want you to feel like you're not good enough or you're in the wrong place. It's basically normal. The essence of making things hard is just to prepare you to do better and to study more hard. It should not deter your effort. Keep constantly increase your standards, increase your efforts in studies, and eventually you understand the system and your grades will get to be better. Another thing I would want you to look out for in medical school is this thing where students will always tell you that they've not read. That's the biggest lie, fattest lie that you ever hear in medical school. In fact, it's a big scam. Don't fall for it. The thing is that how this thing works is maybe during holiday or during break or even during schools, and maybe when you're feeling unmotivated and you're looking for motivation, so you tend to reach out to your friends, to your classmates, and to ask them how their reading is going. Trust me, they will tell you. Those people will open their mouth and tell you they've not been reading. And most of the times, if you're someone that you trust people easily, you now go and relax and be like, it's not only me that is feeling unmotivated to read. Mind you, they've finished the course outline like 3 times or more. They've read it back to back. When you realize that you're finished is when school will now start, and maybe during quizzes or during exam or when consultants are asking questions. That's when you now realize that they have been reading. So don't fall for that scam. Be reading. Even when they tell you they're not reading, make sure you are reading. It always happens. People always tell you that they are not reading. Don't fall for that scam. Make sure you are reading your book. Don't seek for motivation from your fellow classmates. Learn to motivate yourself and learn to ask senior colleagues how they navigate things. Because sometimes those people that have told you that they are not reading, if you visit them at home unawares, you will see them reading. So don't fall for that scam. Is that 50% is gold in medical school. I know you're used to scoring 90, I know you're used to scoring 100 over 100, but mind you, in medical school, in fact, the last time you're going to score 90 something or 100 is going to be in secondary school, because medical school, the pass mark is 50, and you might be wondering that 50 is a very tiny score that anybody can easily get, but mind you, it's good. It's very difficult to get. You see a lot of people having issues getting withdrawn, people joining class below, and people writing receipt because they are not able to score 50. So when you see yourself scoring marks that are within that range, better thank God, because it's not easy to get by. And I'm not trying to say you shouldn't aim for more, but just know that in medical school you might likely not see that 100 over 100 you are used to scoring when you were in secondary school. To see 50, you do night class, you do prayer, you do fasting to see 50. You see medical students praying for God to just give them 50 on the dot. And the essence of this thing, you won't really know how important it is until you score 49.9%. You see yourself joining class below or writing receipts. So by that time you understand what it looks like, and you always be like, it can never be me, it can never be me. Yes, nobody's praying for it to be you. You get, but always put your effort so that you can score at least. And last on my list is medical student syndrome. You get, medical student syndrome is something that is very more common, especially during your clinical phase in medical school. And what this entails is, though, you know those periods where student, when you finish reading a case and after reading a disease, studying about a disease, and you start feeling like you're having that disease. Okay, let me give you an instance. You know those periods when you finish reading about typhoid and all of a sudden you start feeling like your stomach is hurting you unnecessarily, or maybe you study about hypertension today and you start feeling like your chest is beating, is racing fast. You get, those are some common things you experience as a medical student, and that doesn't necessarily mean that something is wrong with you. You get, it's just medical student syndrome that is you experiencing, and it's not like an abnormal thing. You get, it's just like normal things you experience in medical school, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you're sick. You get, don't go about feeling gloomy or feeling sad that you're sick. You get, but note that if you start feeling symptoms that you know that are obviously abnormal, please go and see your doctor. You get, it might not be medical student syndrome too, so don't assume that everything that you experience is medical student. Before I go, I want you to know that medical school is meant to be challenging. You get, so there are some days that you come back from clinic or come back from ward round and you start feeling like crying, feeling depressed, feeling sad. It might be due to cases that you saw in the ward, or maybe due to the insult that the consultant gave you because you were unable to answer his or her question. You get, I want you to understand that it's part of the system as far as Nigeria is concerned. Yes, it might be toxic, but it's like that, and it seems like nobody is doing anything to change it. So you have to brace up, you have to do your best. Don't think you are less deserving of being a medical student or becoming a medical doctor. Again, just keep doing your best, keep pushing. Don't allow what happened yesterday to affect you today. And eventually you become a doctor. I'll show you that. Just keep doing your best. My name is Dr. Ewa Augustine. I'm starting a medical series where I get to talk about my experience and some of the tips that help me navigate to medical school. So please like this video, comment, and if you can, please share this video so that you can reach a wider audience, and also so that you know when I drop other videos in this series. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.